Hi students, how are you? I hope you are well. Today we are going to see a new lesson, Emergence of New Kingdoms in North India. Emergence of New Kingdoms in North India. Which are the kingdoms are established in North India? Who are all ruled in North India? What they did? The kingdom of Rajput and the counterparts in North India, and what they did, what their military expedition, what the contribution of Arabs and Turks. These are the things we are going to learn in this class. First one, learning objectives. To acquire knowledge about the kingdom of Rajputs and the counterparts in North India. Second point, to access the contributions of Rajputs and the Palas to Indian culture. Third point, to know about the early military expeditions of Arabs and Turks. Okay, in this lesson we are going to see about the kingdoms of Rajputs and Palas dynasty and military expedition of Arabs and Turks. Introduction. First point, Rajput states formed a collective entity that was called Rajputna. Chittor was prominent and had become the rallying point for all Rajput clans. The Pratiharas and the Palas had established the powerful kingdoms in western India and in eastern India respectively. In emergence of new kingdoms, there are plenty of stories that speak about the work of Rajputs. The Rajputs are collectively called as Rajputna. They have the prominent and become the rallying point for all clans. They have the work. They have the Chittur over Malwa and the Jayastamba, the Tower of Victory. Jayastamba means the Tower of Victory. Pratiharas and the Pala had established the powerful kingdoms in western India and in eastern India respectively. By the 9th century, the Pratihara dynasty had progressed to such an extent that is sovereigns of Rajasthan and Kannauj. The decline of Pratikara kingdom led to the rise of Palas in Bengal and Chauhans in northwestern India. India's Islamic period has begun to immediate contest of Arab conquest of Sindh rather than the Siri. But the resistance shown by the kings of Kannauj, especially of Yasovarman, who held Kannauj and mostly of North India until the middle of 10th century, made it impossible. Origin of the Rajputs. Origin of the Rajputs. The word Rajput is derived from the Sanskrit word Rajputra, which means scion of the royal blood. Scion of the royal blood. The three principal houses are the Suryavanshi, or the races of the sun, the Chandravanshi, or the races of the moon, and the Agni Kula, or the races of the fire god. First one, the word Rajputa. Rajputa is derived from the word Sanskrit word which means the scion of the blood. Scion of the royal blood. Scion of the royal blood. What is meant by scion? Scion is a varis, descendant of the notable family. They have the three principles. One is a Suryavanshi. Surya means sun. Suryavanshi, and Chandra means moon. Chandravanshi, the races of the moon, and Agni Kula, the other races of the fire god. Pratiharas. First one, we are going to see about the Pratiharas. First point, in the 6th century AD CE, Harichandra laid the foundation of the Gurjara dynasty. First one, Nahapatna first was the first and prominent ruler of Pratiharas. Third point, in the 8th century, he ruled over Broj and Jodhpur and extended his dominion up to Gwalior. Pratihara, also called as Gurjara Pratiharas, one of the four prominent clans of Rajput, ruled Gurjatra in Jodhpur. Okay, Nagapatna I was the first and prominent ruler of Pratiharas. He extended his rule in Broj and Jodhpur and dominion up to Gwalior. He repulsed the invasion of the Arabs of Sindh from the east and checked the expansion. He was succeeded by the Vatsa Raja, who decided the dominant whole of North India. His attempt to control over Kanauj brought him to conflict with the Mala ruler Dharmapala. He has succeeded with the Vatsa Raja. Nagapatna too succeeded the Vatsa Raja. They have the fight with the kings, and at the final, taking the advantage of the intestine quarrels, many local kings succeeded in making themselves independent. Next one, Palas. Next one, Pala, Dharmapala. In AD CE 770 to 18, Gopala, who founded the Pala dynasty, did not have royal antecedents. He was elected by the people for his superior capabilities. He was elected by the people for his superior capabilities. During his reign from 750 to 770, Gopala laid the foundation for the future greatness of this dynasty in Bengal. Okay, first one, Pala dynasty. First one is the Gopala. Gopala is the founder of the Pala dynasty. Did not have royal antecedents. So he was elected by the people for the superior capabilities. His period is 750 to 770. Gopala founded the future greatness of a dynasty in Bengal. Dharmapala, his son, made the Pala kingdom a powerful force in northern Indian politics. He led a successful campaign against the Kanauj. He was a great patron of Buddhism. Dharmapala succeeded by his son Devapala, who extended the Pala control eastwards into Kamarupa, Assam. After the Devapala, 5 rulers ruled the region insignificantly. The kingdom attained unprecedented glory when Mahipala ascended the throne in 988. Mahipala first 988 to 1038. Mahipala first was the most powerful ruler of the Pala dynasty. He is called the founder of the second Pala dynasty. He constructed and repaired a large number of religious buildings at Banaras, Sarnath and Nalanda. After the Pala, Devapala, Mahipala was the most powerful ruler of the Pala dynasty. He is the second founder of the Pala dynasty. The decline of the Pratiharas gave the Palas as an opportunity to take a leading role in North Indian affairs. He constructed and repaired a large number of religious buildings at Banaras, Sarnath and Nalanda. The Pala dynasty declined soon after the death of Mahipala and gave way to the Sena dynasty. After the completion of the Pala dynasty, they give the chance to the Sena dynasty. Up to this, today class completed. Now take a book and material to split the words. Thank you students. See you in next class.